FlossTube. Welcome to my channel, Stitching's Elementary. My name is Carol Lee, and this is FlossTube number, now I forgot already, 52. Oh, it's been a while since I did a FlossTube. So I was thinking it's been about a month and a half, but my last two videos were quilty ones. So my last FlossTube, hold on, was on August 27th. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. I know it's been a while. And it is Halloween Eve. So happy Halloween Eve to everyone. Probably when you're seeing this, it's going to be Halloween because it is about 8 o'clock at night here. But I haven't done a video in so long. And I really want to do one before Halloween. So here I am. So no high expectations. I look a mess. Look at me. Oh my gosh. My hair is graying. I'm getting my roots done in a couple weeks. It grows in so fast. And I usually put stuff on to cover it up. But today I was like, whatever. I have no makeup on. I still have my school stuff on. I'm a mess. And I'm probably just going to babble on and on and on because I'm tired. This is not a good time to do this, but I'm doing it. So I have a personal update. Some, I have quite a few finishes, not full finishes, but finishes. Quite a few whips as always. A teeny bit of quilty. I'm up in my office and everybody's home, so I didn't want to do it down in the quilt studio. So I just have one thing I wanted to show you that we talked about last time that I was really excited about. And I have lots of quilts finished, but I'll just show that in another video. And then I have some Stitchy kindness and some haul. So let's get started. Okay, so part of the reason why it's been so long is I had off the last week in September for fall break. And I had planned on making a video that last weekend before I went back. But then that Friday, September 29th, I think, my dad passed away. They all live in, my whole family lives in Florida. And he was about 85 and he was not feeling well for quite a long time, but it was still kind of a surprise. So anyway, that happened. And then we're originally from Erie, Pennsylvania. So I had a week of school after that. And then the following week, I took off the whole week to go up to Erie for his funeral and to get everything ready for it. And then his funeral was on Friday the 13th. And then, yeah, so that kind of, you know, I didn't do a whole lot of finishing that I had planned. And I did still stitch quite a bit because stitching is just therapeutic to me. But anyhow, so yeah, so that's part of why I've been gone. Also, just got busy and stuff, but that's mainly the reason. So, but it was really nice to visit with family. Most of my family came up, and it was nice to see everybody. But anyhow, never easy. But then when I got home, I'm just going to show my Stitchy kindness now, because when I got home, I had the sweetest mail waiting for me. So my sweet friend Michelle sent me, we both love Halloween, she sent me this lovely Halloween box of goodies. So it was this beautiful box wrapped in, I had to keep the paper, wrapped in this gorgeous Halloween paper with this beautiful ribbon. And then this super cute vintage card was sitting on top. So I was just dying when I opened it. It was so pretty. And so I love the vintage retro Halloween. I don't have the box because I used it to send her something back because it was a perfect size box. So that was the opening of it, or the wrapping. And I think I'm going to put this like in a frame or something. I don't know. It's so cute. And then her wrapping, Michelle, your wrapping is just so cute. So when I opened it up, there's this little tissue paper with this ghost on it. So cute. It matches my nails. And then there's this sweet little picture in it, Halloween picture, which I need to get a frame for. And this cute little, I'll put on a project bag, little fob. It says eek. And then some linen, Southern 36 count, which is my favorite, Southern Pecan by Dames of the Needle. And some beautiful flosses. I forget the name of this. CGT. What is the name? Oh, Cottage Garden Thread flosses in like Halloween-y colors. So I thanked her when I got it, but thank you again so much, Michelle. That was so sweet of you. Sorry, my Snapchat is blowing up. Hopefully you can hear that. So anyway, that was so nice to get. It was like waiting for me when I got home, I think. So that was awesome. So the rest of this is haul, which I will show later, but I just really wanted to share that because it was super sweet. And I love it. Okay, so let's get on to finishes. So I was hoping to have more full finishes, but like I said, I just got delayed. So I did finish my Stitching with the Seasons from Stitching with the Housewives fall quite a while ago. I posted a picture on Instagram, but it's a whole big like on a ladder thing, so I didn't bring it up. But I'm so excited. I finally finished just yesterday. My Home is Where the Wreath Is, the whole original pattern, this one. So I did it on what's called Blackboard, but it's by XG Designs, and it's really just a gray, a medium gray. And I did it with DMC White, the brightest one. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm not going to remember anything because I'm tired. But anyway, whatever the brightest white is they have, I did it with that. So there's my H. There's my O. I've gotten in a mood to finish things lately. I go through moods. Sometimes I feel like starting everything. Sometimes I feel like finishing. So there's the O. And I picked a different DMC. This is not the called for. It was a more olivey green one. I actually, when we were in Erie, I had gotten to this point. And so I wanted, oh, look, it matches my chair. See, I love this yellowish green. So my oldest daughter and I went to Hobby Lobby, and I just had her pick out a green, and this is the one she picked, and I really like it. That's one of my favorite greens. It really goes with like Kim Deal fabrics too. It's pretty. Okay, and then my M, which I had to rip this one out. I'm sitting here looking at, afraid that I did something wrong, but I think it looks right. Yeah, I think it looks right. I ripped the parts of this one out so many times. Oh my gosh. And then my E. I think this is the first one I had done. This one didn't give me any problem. So now I'm going to finish them like this. I have this finishing piece, and I think I'm going to be finishing vertically. And now I can start the fun holiday one. So I have both the holiday patterns. So I think I'm going to start the Christmas one next because I have a lot of Thanksgiving, which you'll see I'm working on. So I don't really want to start any more things. I don't think I'll get Thanksgiving done for this year. So that was a finish I was super excited about. And then I also finished this, which was a stitch along with Nicole Spohr. It's Flying Lessons by Silver Creek Samplers. I think I brought up, hold on. Yeah. So it is on the called for linen, but it calls for 18 count hazelwood. This is 36 count hazelwood. So we just called for 8 up. And I did get the finishing piece from Chantel's Design Company. I always forget if it's 411, 144 because I'm tired. Oh, and this came with it. So there's all the floss. It's all DMC. Yep, and that's my finish. So I have the finishing piece, like I said. I just didn't get around to it because I need to paint it, and that just didn't happen. But I think it's really cool. I really like it. And I'm going to put a fabric piece behind it, and I picked out a fabric for that too that I really like. So yeah, so we'll finish for next year. So that's done. And then this cross stitch I finished a long time ago, but I never fully finished it. So this is Bobbing for Pumpkins by Brenda Gervais, and I love it. And Priscilla Blaine finished hers on a piece from Michaels, and I thought I had that piece. But when I went to dig it out, I do, but it says something different. So apparently there were 2 different ones. So Come In for a Spell, I think is what the other one says, which is what I would like. This one says, Witches Barking, All Others Will Be Towed. And so anyway, she hung it from there. And I don't really, I love it with that broom, but I don't like how this orange is different than this orange. And I also don't like what it says. So I'm like, So I pulled out this piece, and I thought I could paint it, you know, to match and kind of put that in the middle, which would work. But I was like, I really love this. So now I'm thinking, I wonder if I could paint over this somehow, but I'm not sure. what I would do. So this is going to be next year now. This one has been finished for probably a couple, 2-3 years. So, but I think that'd be so cute if the top part matched it. So we'll have to see. So I'm not sure about that. This is actually done in 8. That's how long ago I started stitching this. The first year or so I stitched, I think I stitched Anita, and I laced the back. So but that's that. So there's that finish. Let me just show this real quick. Hold on. So this is the fabric I was thinking of putting behind the Flying Lessons one. It's like a gray and black plaid, which I really like with it because it's got the gray and white and the moon. So I thought that would be pretty as a mat behind it. And then the finishing piece is like this big, like old-fashioned sign, and I think I'm gonna paint it black. Yeah, and then maybe there'll be other holiday things I can hang on it as well. Okay, so then I also finished Hilda Boo and Sunflowers too. This is by Brenda Gervais, and I don't have the the pattern up here, but you'll know what this is. And I was inspired by Christy Potter from Java Girl Stitches, who I saw just made another video. I just saw it tonight. I didn't get to watch it yet, but she wasn't going to make any more videos, so I was excited to see she did. And she had finished it on this big pumpkin from Hobby Lobby, you know, and she had a big bow and everything, and I really love that. But I'm struggling with what fabric to put behind this. I just couldn't find anything I loved, so I think I need to take it to my, well, actually, I couldn't find anything, and then I got a fat quarter bundle of B-dots, and the purple in there goes perfect. So I think that's what I'm going to use, but I also was running out of big sticky board, so I had to wait, and that just came today, to get a bigger piece of sticky board to put behind it, a matted piece behind it. But I love that. It was just some floss I pulled to kind of match the colors on the front of the pattern, but they're a little different, and it is all hand-dyed flosses of all different kinds. So yeah, I really like that one. I would love if that was my screen grab, and that never happens. My screen grabs are always awful. I don't know why. Maybe I'll be lucky. Okay, so is that all my finishes? I think so. I'm sure there's something I've forgotten, but anyway, okay, let's get into whips. Okay, this first one I thought was going to be a finish. Hold on, I'm going to pull over a stool so you don't have to see my head every time I lean down to that one. Okay, sorry. This hair. Okay, I really thought I'd finish this one, but I forget what drew my attention away, and I didn't. So this is the Spooked Mystery Sampler. Find the one that shows you all 3. Yeah. Right here by Lizzie Kate. And I had started stitching this with Michelle, Stitching by the Moon. And she just did 2 of them, I believe. And I ironed this. I actually did iron a couple of my things tonight, so they wouldn't look so bad. So here is where I got to, and I don't have that much left to finish at all. I just have to finish this block. And they go pretty fast. This is on 28 count something sand by X Jude, which I have told you many times before. But yeah, I love how it's coming out. And I think I want to get like a dark brown wood frame, kind of that brown color, and have it framed and finished. So I think well, I mean, I know I'll finish by next year. I'm not sure if I'll maybe work on it in the summer. I want to get it finished well in advance of next year, but we'll see. I'm really a seasonal stitcher, so I have a very hard time pulling things out when it's not in season. I'm like that with buying stuff. You know how too, you know, after the season there'll be big sales and people will go buy all this stuff and get all these good deals. Not me. Once, like the day after, or maybe even the day of the holiday, I'm done with it. I'm ready for the next holiday and I don't want to think about it. Not this year so much. Usually by Halloween, I'm like, well, I am itching for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it's cool this year, so it feels like really Halloweenish. So I do like that. But anyway, I'm always ready for the next holiday. I love holidays. So but I should try to finish that well in advance and get it framed so I don't have to worry about it. So that is close to being done. And then I made a new bag. This isn't exactly the bag I want for this project, but I wanted to steal the bag this project was in for another one. So I'm getting much better at these bags, so I'm really starting to get the hang of it. So this is my Plum Street Samplers Jack Bash, which I had started years ago, and then I restarted it this September, and I'm really loving it. I'm so glad I restarted it. I had started with DMC, and then I saw hand-dyeds, and I really like that better. So I am stitching this on Seraphim Fabrics. I think it's Boston. I can't remember right now. But I am using, oh yeah, I'm using some of the called for and some that was like a conversion. So, because I added in purple. Yeah, added in purple. So anyway, here are the flosses. I really love how these colors are coming out. And here is my progress. This is on 36 count, I know that. Okay, so I made some changes up here. I made some mistakes and some changes. So I think I have a board, yeah. This one's kind of hard to hold. All right, so this all was going great. And then I went up here to make this, and I had to rip out and redo this house a whole bunch of times. And then I decided I didn't like how the happy, and I know this is just kind of the vintage look of it, but how the Happy Halloween was not symmetrical, like all in a row. I don't know, that bothered me. I'm weird. So I decided to do it all that way, but then there's not room for both houses over here. So my thought was, hold on. So you see how there's little gravestones along there. You can see that. So I'm going to put more of those. I'm going to line them all up under the Happy Halloween. And then I'm going to put the other house, I think, down here. My thought was to put a tree in here. Or I'll move the house closer and put a tree on that end. That's what I'm thinking. But that's kind of what stalled me. And I was looking through. I have this, the Sampler Company's Ultimate Sampler Motif Source Book. So I was trying to pull a little tree from there, and I did find a couple. So, so yeah, I need to figure that out before next year and get that this up here done. So I just went down here, and I did make a mistake here. I didn't go over far enough, so then I had to rip some of that out and redo it. But now I'm coming down here, and I just started the alphabet, and I did, my border did match up, yay, going around. So then I started the grass and these hills a little bit too. So I'm really liking how it's coming out. It's really pretty. I love the colors. So anyway, that I didn't plan on getting done this year. Although at one point I was on a roll and I thought, well, if I kept working on it, I probably could. But anyway, best laid plans. So that I should have done next year though, I think. I just have to figure out that top part. And when we get done here, I need to look like under my furniture and everything. I have lost a cross stitch. And I don't know, maybe it fell under something last time I did a video. It's a Hands Across the Sea, the Home Sweet Home one, which I love. And I was going to work on in the Sampler September and try to finish, and I cannot find it anywhere. So I'm hoping it's under something in here. So I need to look. Okay. All right, and then this is, I stole this bag from Jack's Bash for, I'm sure you all know, the Quilted Witch. So this one I went back and forth on. You know, I like to stitch on 36 count, but it's done on, well, the model's done on 25 count Prim Lugana, which I was always going to do the Prim series, so I had gotten a giant piece of that. And then I never did it yet, which I still want to do it, but I can't decide if I want to do it all in one or if I want to do pillows. So anyway, I was like, well, I have that. It looks good. I had all the whole DMC set. I had everything. I thought, let me just do it on that, which I did do. And also there's a spot in my sewing room where I want to put it every year, and I really wanted it as big as it could be. So that was the other reason. So I'm going to continue doing that, but somebody else on Instagram did it. And if I can find it here, I'll show you. On a smaller count, I believe, and she darkened up the flosses, and it looks really cool. I really like that too. For a moment, I was like, should I restart it? But I really like this too, so I'm going to stick with it. There's always so many cool ways to do things. Okay, so, and I still haven't put them on rings. I have rings in here, but they're mostly, I just got the Fat Quarter Shop DMC pack, so there's all the pretty DMC. And this was great to work on in the car on the way up to Erie because it's big and easy to see. So this is what I've gotten done, just these stars. Up in the top left is where I started. Yeah, they're pretty. I love this big one. I love how she charts like polka dots into the stars. So cute. So yeah, this is a giant piece of fabric. It's not gonna be that big, but that's how big the fabric is. And I may actually do the Prim. I may get another piece of this, or maybe I'll have enough. I don't know. And do the Prim series on it and put it in the same place in my sewing room like the rest of the year. That would be kind of cool to do. So once again, this one I'll just work on for next year. But I'm really liking it. It's fun. And I have the quilt kit, but I said I wasn't even going to start that this year because there just wasn't going to be time. Okay. All right, this is one I started a few years ago, and I pulled out here and there, and about a week or so ago, I kind of stopped all Halloween pretty much and started working on Thanksgiving because there's a bunch of Thanksgiving ones I've wanted to do. And I don't decorate for Christmas until right after Thanksgiving. It's hard because I have the whole week off of Thanksgiving, and it would be so much easier to decorate them, but I really just love Thanksgiving decor. It's like, you know, Halloween, my house is crazy, tons of stuff because I love Halloween. But then Thanksgiving is kind of like a palate cleanser. That's the way I think of it between Halloween and Christmas, because then Christmas is all crazy. But I just put up like white pumpkins, and, you know, you'll see all these cross stitches that are just very not in your face, just calm and nice sentiments. Anyway, so I want to decorate for Thanksgiving. So this is Stacey Nash Primitives, House of Barry Chapels Road, Turkey Hollow Farm. I think it's so cool. I love that mustard color. And Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, this is supposed to be a gun, and I think they changed it to a pitchfork, so I'm going to try to figure that out and do that too, because I like that idea better. But I think that's really cool. So I'm doing this also on 36 count, but I'm not sure which 36 count. And I'm using all the called for week Floss, which are such pretty fall colors. So let's see what I have done. I haven't pulled this one out for a little bit. This one I did not iron. Oh, that's right. Okay. This is the problem with like stitching on it and then going back, like leaving it for a year and then going back to it. So I didn't like look at this right. Like I just had this, see, I need to look at it now too, sawtooth border. So I had this sawtooth border going all the way, almost all the way around done, and a little bit of this border. And I somehow got turned around and thought that I did it wrong. And so I ripped out a bunch of it. And then I realized, no, I just needed to turn my fabric because I had it going the wrong way. And so that's what I did. So let me see. I thought I wrote top on one of the sides because of that. But now I don't see that I did. So maybe I didn't. All right, so let me look and see where I started. Okay, so that's there, that's there. Yeah, I think it goes like this. So this is my progress. So I just have border done. Close, really pretty colors. I really like it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So yeah, so that's all I've done on that. So I would like to work on that this month, but I have a lot of fall ones I want to do. So I don't think I'll get that done this year. Well, I know unless something miraculous happens, that's not going to get done this year. But then this one I'm hoping will get done. I started this quite a while ago when a bunch of people were doing a SAL. I think Christy and Lori had started a SAL. So Feast of Friendship, but I'm very close to being done. After I finish the thing I'm working on now, I think I'll totally work on this until it's done. So here is my progress. I didn't have all this fruit in here done, so that's what I got in the last couple weeks done. So I need to get back to that. So just to finish the fruit and do the thing down there that says Feast of Friendship, which that shouldn't take too long. And I just have to, there's part of the border I need to finish. So over here, obviously. And I think there's a leaf up here I didn't put in. So there's just some things with the border, but I really like how the house is 3 different blues. And I think I used some called for and some not. I just pulled a bunch of really similar looking flosses from my stash. But I like how it's coming out. I think this is cream and sugar. And actually, you know what? This might be 32 or 28 count. I don't think this is 36 count. Yeah, but anyway. I like it. And then I'm going to frame it. And it's going to go on my blue sampler wall because it's blue. And it's in the dining room where we eat Thanksgiving dinner. Unfortunately, my son who lives in California and works for Virgin Galactic. I don't know. I'm curious if any of you know what Virgin Galactic is and if you're into space or if you watch any of that. Did I ever ask this before? I feel like maybe I did. But I'm amazed the amount of people that don't know. But anyway, he's an aerospace engineer and he works for them on their development department. I don't know. Anyway, but they have basically they have a ship that can take, like, people have paid in advance, like years, like millions of dollars to go up into space, and you just go up for a few minutes and then come back down, and they're able to reuse that ship over and over again. They're able to land it. So anyway, but then they've also been taking up, they took up the Italian astronauts from Italy to do like testing up there. So when they go up for the few minutes they're up there, you can do scientific testing in space that is, you just can't get the same results on Earth, I guess, for all different kinds of things. There's a lot of medical research that they're taking people up to do testing that can only really be done in space. I don't understand all of it why, but to explain it right now, and I'm too tired. But anyhow, it's really cool. So their first few were televised. Now they're not always televised because they've been doing them, I don't know, quite often. And not everybody who's going up wants to be televised, I guess. And I don't know if there's other reasons, but it's really cool. Anyway, so if you're interested in space, look into it. And it's an awesome mug. It keeps stuff cold forever. Okay. But he's not coming home for Thanksgiving lately. I don't think he did last year either. He just moved a few years ago. The first year he did, but he had to drive because he came home and stayed from Thanksgiving to Christmas. I think. Anyway, that was the original plan. I can't remember what ended up happening because there was a whole problem where he couldn't fly with his dog. He has a dog and he didn't know anybody there to leave her with, and he didn't want to leave her for a month anyhow. And so things got all messed up. So anyway, he is coming for Christmas though, but not Thanksgiving. Kids growing up and going away, and then he just needs to move back here someday. Okay, then let's see, a couple more. Yeah, here, put these on. Okay, then this is the sampler I've been working on lately. This one had been on my mind. Excuse my dogs. So I decided to pull it back out, and I'm really enjoying it. This is like the first like reproduction sampler I saw that I just love. Girls Hush. Sorry. It is Heloise Cornu, 1896. And I mean, look at those roses. But I'm crazy because there's just so much to do. But you know me, I always pick big, crazy stuff. But I love it. I'm doing it with the Floss silks. Because there's not that many. There's like 6 maybe. So those are the silks. Really pretty colors. And here I'm doing a 36 count cream and sugar. And I made a working copy and I like highlight as I go along, because if I mess up these roses, I mean, you just have to fudge it. You can't go back and do anything about it. But I don't think I've messed up, and look how pretty it's looking. I love all this pink and green. It is just gorgeous. Can you imagine that thick border of roses when it's done? Oh, so cool. So yeah, so that's where I am. So I'm working on getting this top row done, and then when I get that done, I think I'm going to go do some alphabet and kind of work my way down and, you know, do some alphabet, do a little more roses, do some alphabet, and kind of work down here while I'm finishing up the border. Oh, I think I'll have a party if I get to finish this before I go. Which, if I work on it a lot, I should be able to finish it in like under a year, but I just haven't been working on it. But I decided, so I know I've said this before, but I am crazy about holiday stuff. So that's like all I seem to really work on, even though I do want other stuff. I really, really want the holiday stuff to display in my house. So I made myself a schedule, and one day I work on just regular cross stitch, and the next day it's reproduction samplers, and then regular cross stitch, reproduction samplers. So, and there are days I have to really make myself be like, okay, no, today is just all reproduction samplers, any ones I want, but I can't work on any of the other stuff. Because I will just not do these even though I want them done, just because I want all the holiday stuff. So this is the one I've been working on. I'll probably do this for like this month and then switch to another sampler, or maybe a few weeks, I don't know. But I'm enjoying it. So, but I decided to add in another rotation day, because on my regular days, like there's lots of regular cross stitching I'd like to get done, lots of Lori Hole patterns, lots of stitching with the housewives patterns. But then there's lots of holiday stuff too. So I decided I'm going to do holiday stuff, reproduction samplers, regular, everyday stitching, and then just keep doing in that rotation. So those three, and then start again with holiday stuff, reproduction samplers, regular stitching, and so on. Because my regular stitching really gets pushed to the side. Like the home, I was stitching with the housewives, and there's a Lori Holt flea market flowers, I think, that I really want to get done for my bedroom. So I'm really trying to do that and not let holiday take over. So yeah, and it seems to be working pretty well. Okay, so that's that. All right, and then this is what I have all my stitching with the housewife stuff in here. So I finished that home, but I do have all the fabric for the holiday ones in here, you know, when I decide to work on it. I do have an idea for a stitching with the housewives project bag I'm going to make sometime. But anyway, okay, so I had started the calendar crates series, and I did Halloween, I did Christmas, I did January, I did February, but I never did November, and November is one of my favorites. I love her Thanksgiving stitches, and it's so funny because she doesn't really like decorating for Thanksgiving, but I just think that house and tree are beautiful. It's been a couple years now and I've never done it, so I was like, this year I'm doing it. So like today is a holiday day, so I'm gonna work on this more when I'm done here, and let me take it out of the thing, and I really want to get this done like this week. So I use these little Morgan hoops. I love these Morgan hoops, but it's very wrinkled. So I got the whole white border done. I did make a mistake and had to fix it, but it wasn't too bad. And then I've got that bottom part finished up. Love the colors, and I'm working my way up. This is 28 count Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim. And everybody's like, well, I like that blue. It's not really blue. It is that charcoal gray, but it does have a bluish cast to it for sure. Especially looking at it with these dark walls. Like, yeah. But I really like it. So, and I use a magnifying glass a lot to see this because it's so dark. It seems like any dark fabric, even low counts, that helps me a lot. So, light and a magnifier. And I decided to pull color and cotton flosses for this because I didn't have all the called for. And I really love color and cotton. So I posted a picture of these on my Instagram if you want to know the exact ones I'm doing, but I'm going to kind of show it here. So, oops. I'll show the red. Red's really pretty. There we go. So really pretty colors. So that one will hopefully be done before, well, will be done before I meet with you again. And then I still need to do, I started, February, I think I started March, or I got it all kitted at least. So I have to March, April, see, I can't talk March, April, May, June, and July. But I think the next one I'm going to do is May, because it is like an everyday one. So I can keep this up if I don't have the holiday one done. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do these reds and blues. I do really like it, so I probably will. But I always think, should I change the colors? But anyway, but I probably will keep it the same. So coming along on that. And then, okay, next ones are some new, well, here's one more whip and then new starts. So I haven't done very much on this. I worked on it a little bit because Alana at Mrs. Smith Stitches had started it for her birthday. And I was like, oh, I saw it on Instagram. I'm like, hey, I'll pull out mine and stitch with you tonight on it. So on her birthday, I stitched on it. And like, it's from this book. And that's the only problem. I need to make working copies out of all these because using the book, it all falls apart. Now I have to figure out how to fix that. But it is dun, dun, Mighty Acorn by Blackbird Designs. Also that and the Turkey Hollow, like so pretty. Those will be together. This one I did not iron. So here's my progress. And I finished some of these leaves up here. I think this one on that night when I stitched with her. So yeah, this is on a 32 count Lakeside vintage maple, I think, something like that. And I am using all the called for weeks floss. Yeah. And then Michelle again, Stitchy Method Maid and I started this together. Plum Street Samplers, The Gather In. And I think Jessica from Sweetwater, sorry, Stitcher, just started this. I didn't watch that episode yet, but I think she was holding it up or something. Anyway, so yeah, so cute. I don't have much done, but I did get a start on it. And I am using the called for DMC, it looks like. Oh no, DMC and Wigs. Yeah, it's all called for floss. And I'm doing it on, am I going to remember? It's not the called for. Graham Cracker Fabrics by Kitten Stitcher is the called for one. I can't remember what this is right now, but I love it. Hopefully I wrote it down. I've been bad about that lately too. But so just got the top words done and that little star flower thing. So I'll work on this some more this fall probably, and then put it away until next fall. And I don't even know if this one will be done next year. It's got quite a bit to it. That house and that grass is a lot. But once you got that barn done, then I don't think it would be too bad. And the grass. So I think I'm going to try to finish those words like I was. And I did this, and then I think I'll go down here and then try to get to the barn so I can be working on the barn. Get a lot of it done, and then I can get me down to the grass so I can do a little bit of grass and then do some other things. So that's the plan. I really need to make some more project bags. I want to make some more patchwork ones, but they take a little longer, so I just have not done it yet. Okay, and then this last one is a new start. I wanted to do a new start in honor of my dad, and the cardinal stuck out to me on this one, and I've been wanting to start it. So this is Winter Rose Manor, and I mean, we grew up in Erie, which had super harsh winters, and cardinal, you know, is a symbol of like ones who have passed on or something. So I love that big cardinal. My dad's favorite color was red. And my dad loved, I thought about this after I started actually, but he loved to look at houses. He used to always take us around, and we'd drive around and look at houses, even when, you know, he wasn't in the market to buy them. But I love to do that as well, so I enjoyed it then. That's probably why I love to do it now. So anyway, time we get to visit somewhere, we go look around at houses in the area. So that big pretty house, and I love pink. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing in honor of him, and I'm going to put his initials on here, just JP. So yeah. So I am doing this with Vicki Clayton Silks. She had a silk pack for it. But I know there's been debate on this house. Like, the house really is more of a peachy color, but when you first look at it, you think pink, and I love pink. So I really want it to be like a true pale pink. So I do this often with Vicki Silks. I ordered a bunch of different pinks. I've done this with blues and reds, just so I have extras. So if I want to switch something out of her packs, I can. And I never really know until I look at them all together. So I ordered a bunch of pinks, and I decided on Yummy Lane, it's called. It's like this light pink, I think, is the one I'm going to use. To me, that's what it looks like in the picture, and I really like that. So yeah, but here's the whole pack of gorgeous. I love Vicki Silks. I ordered them for so many things. They're really, for silk, quite affordable, and I think they're beautiful and shiny, and it's so nice how they come on this whole bobbin. It's just really convenient to use now. I will put them in Floss my bags. I ran out, so I have to get some more. But yeah. So this is the stitch in honor of my dad. So I started it just one day. I worked on it and just got the top border done there. And this is on the called for, I think it's Winter's, Brenda's Brew, I think. Yeah, Brenda's Brew, Linen by R&R. And there's also this little design that comes with it too. So yeah. The funeral was I went to Catholic school growing up for elementary school, and it was called St. George's in Erie, Pennsylvania. And it is the coolest church. I even thought it was cool back then when I went when I was little. It's, I don't know how to describe the shape of it, but the whole altar in the middle is round. It's a huge slab of round marble. It must be like 20 feet across. Like, it's huge. And the church looks exactly, they've kept it up so beautifully. It looks exactly like when I went there when I was little. So it brought back so many really good memories. I mean, there were things I didn't like about Catholic school, but most of it I loved. So anyway, and it's got all stained glass Stations of the Cross. I remember going every year from 2nd to 8th grade. At Easter time, we'd go, and as a class, you'd go through the Stations of the Cross and say prayers. And anyway, so it was happy to see everything again, but very sad for the reason. So anyhow, all right. So that is all my whips. So now I will get into haul, and then we'll be done. Okay, so first let me just show you just this little bit of quilting I want to show, and then I'll do my haul. So remember I had shown you in one of my last quilting videos that I did the Jelly Roll race quilt with that cool sewing theme fabric, and I was kind of bummed because I really didn't like the Jelly Roll race quilt. I thought it's pretty boring, and I'm like, I didn't know if I should try cutting it up or whatever, but for some reason I'm like, I don't know, can I cut it up? Is that okay? So a bunch of you were like, cut it up, yeah, whatever. So I was like, let me think. So I cut it into squares, and then I cut squares of that white with black sewing theme, you'll see in here, fabric, and I layered them together, and I just did the thing where you sew, you make a line down the middle, and you sew 1/4 inch on each side, and you make half square triangles, and it came out super cool, look. So here are a bunch of these ones I still have to square up. I made a ton of them. I got so many half square triangles. So then I'm going to put it together. I'm thinking just like, I don't know, just like this all the way across. I don't know. I'm looking up half square setting, half square triangle setting ideas. But I think I'm just going to put them kind of like this all in a row. If that makes sense. But anyway, yeah. So here's a whole bunch of them. I'll show more later in another quilt video, but I was super excited about that because now I love it. And now I can actually use it and be happy with it. Because the fabrics were gorgeous, but I'm just not a fan of the Jelly Roll race quilt. So anyway, okay, excuse me. Let's do some haul. So I am getting in the mood for Christmas. So I bought a couple Christmas, well, a bunch of patterns, but Christmas ones too. So this one I've looked at a couple times, but I've kind of like looked at it and just kept going and didn't really take the time. But I love bird stuff and I love crows. And so I decided I'm going to do all of these, but I'm going to start with the Christmas one. It's Evergreens and Peppermint by Stitches by Ethel. And I think there's some kind of a sale going on for this I saw too. But yeah, isn't it cute? Look at the little mouse. And she's got them for spring, she's got them for fall, she's got them for all the seasons. If it's all seasons and holidays, then she's got a lot of them. So it's Stitches by Ethel on Etsy. And other people I think sell her patterns too, but she also has Etsy shop. Now I do have some Christmas whips, so I really need to pull those out and work on them. But I couldn't resist this one. And then I also got this one, and I really want to start this for in here. I want to put it up there. Santa Claus, but he's reading. This is by Sub Rosa. Isn't that adorable? Oh, I just love that. It says, it just says Santa Claus, and he's reading a book. So I love how he's laying down reading a book. So I'd love to do that and put it right where that boo is. And then I had this Sub Rosa Santa one I had already gotten, I found on my computer, so I printed out that too. That would be pretty quick. Okay, I think that's all my Christmas. And then just a whole bunch of stuff. So, oh, I know. On the way up to Erie, we just happened to be driving. So we're coming from Atlanta right through Cincinnati. So I didn't get to go to StitchCon last summer because I had to cancel. I had a conflict. So my husband took me to Keepsake Stitches. So that was fun to see. They were so nice. The owner was talking to me, came right in, introduced herself, and was so sweet. And so I was very good there, but I did buy a few things. Let me find. It is so cool. There's just so much stuff. I've been wanting to start these birds, so I got the stitching bird. And then I just found this Study Hard. It was cute. That was a cake. This one they had a sample of, and this is how the samples get you. It's All Through the Night, May I? And it says, may I a small house and a large garden have? I thought that was really pretty. And then my daughter loves a Nutcracker, my oldest daughter, and we go every year. And so I thought this was cool. Greta, if you're watching, should I stitch this for you? Although I've been really bad about getting stuff for her done. I have like 3 things going and I haven't finished anything. And then I love this for my sewing room, so I got that. It's Sue Hillis Designs Christmas Spool Tree. And they had this done up as a sample there, which is really cute. They had it done in real vintagey colors. I was like, oh, I love that. And then this one, Linny from Sable Stitchers had shown. And I was like, oh, I love that. But I didn't really find it anywhere. And so anyway, but they had it there. So it's Cricket Collection, Acorn Autumn. I love acorns. Do any of you know the kids book Miss Susie? It's an old kids book. I think it's by Arnaud Lavelle. I'm not sure. And it's about this little squirrel who lives up in a oak tree. And she has this cute little house. And she has like acorn cups and a little broom. And she sweeps her little house and she sings a little song. And she has a quilt on her bed. And it's just the most adorable story. I probably have it up here somewhere. I don't know. I'll have to find it. I'll show you next time. I think you can buy new ones still. Anyway, I think they reprinted it. And then this like this band of red mean squirrels comes and kicks her out of her house and breaks everything up, and she flees for her life, and she ends up in the attic of an old house that was near her, and she finds a dollhouse to live in, and there's like these old soldiers, like toy soldiers that have been stored away in near this dollhouse, and she gets them out of their dusty box, and she takes care of them and everything, like they're alive or whatever. And she tells them the story about how she got chased away from her house that she loved, and they go back and they fight the red squirrels and get her house back. It is the cutest story. I love it. Anyway, this reminded me of that because she has little acorn cups in her house that she uses. Miss Susie it's called. I've been disappointed. I've read it to my kids in school for years, and none of them ever love it like I did. I think it's really cute. Okay. So that's what I got at Keepsakes. So Keepsakes is very nice. If you ever get a chance to go up there, you definitely should. Okay, and then just things I've gotten in the mail. I belong to the Lori Hilt Stitch Cards, and I have yet to stitch any of these. I need to get, I think I did some of the Halloween, but not on the count I wanted, so I need to get stitching these. Nicole Sporer showed where she did these 3 in like a row, and then she did patchwork below it. I'm like, it was so cute, so it made me pull this out. I always want to copy Nicole's stuff. Her finishes are super cute. Okay. And then this is Summer House Stitchworks Fragments in Time, the Swan. I also want to get, there's one with like a pedestal with flowers coming out of it. I thought these would look really cool on my shelves in here. I feel like they just have that look. So I'm going to collect those. I got Hello Autumn, which obviously I haven't done yet. So I have Hello Summer. I think I have Hello Winter. I need to stitch these. And then I love this At Home. Of course, Brenda Gervais to be one of my favorites. So I'm going to do that sometime. It says, for genuine happiness, we need not roam. 'Tis doubtless found with little and at home. This would have been good during the pandemic. But I am a real homebody, so I totally relate to that. And then this one, I just got on my quilt shop the other day. I went in for something and they didn't have it, so I can't leave with nothing. So Primrose Cottage Autumn Alphabet, which is so cute. If you hear music, my daughter's cleaning and she's got her music on. And then I ordered from an Etsy shop that I love. Oh, Farmer's Attic on Etsy. They're great. I love her. She ships quick. She's just great. So I got a bunch of stuff for her. So I went on for this. So Brenda Gervais knew The Light of Winter, because she posted that and showed it with the one I'm doing for my dad. Showed them together. And they were so pretty. I'm like, oh yes, please, I must have that. I love these deer down here and this flower. And I mean, it's just gorgeous. That border's so cool. But it just looks really nice. There's little angels, angels up here. It's so pretty. So, and a little cardinal. So it'll go really nice with that one. So when I finish that one for my dad, I'll maybe start this one next year. And then I just got her couple of her new ones, Autumn Splendor. And this one I love, Peppermint and Pine. Look at those birds. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. So cool. And then this, I don't know if I've ever seen before, but I thought it was so cute. It's Catherine Jessie White, 1891, From the Heart, Needle Art by Wendy. And I just thought it was the cutest little sampler. So I got that. That was a total spur of the moment purchase, as was this next one. Be Mine. I have been watching, oh, now I blanked on her name. I have her thing in here. But it's a lady who shows you how to make lots of bags on YouTube, and sewingillustrated.com is her website. And she has all these bag patterns, but then she does videos showing you how to make them all. So I've been into bags, and I really want to make bags. My dog's outside whining. So I found this Be Mine Heart zipper pouch. And I thought, how cute would that to be? Make some of those for my coworkers for Valentine's Day and put like some candy in them. I always have big ideas. We'll see if I actually do it. But that would be super cute. And it doesn't look that hard. Just simple patchwork. So we'll see. And then these I ordered from Sassy Jacks. I have to say, I'm very disappointed. Twice now. I ordered another time, I think, and I had a real, they didn't have or something, and there was some problem. And then this time I found, I ordered this in September, for September, and I was hoping I would get it. This Eliza Knight. I really, really love it. And I had ordered the Vicki Clayton Silks when I decided to do this. And that came right away, and this didn't come, and this didn't come. And I emailed her, and she said, oh yeah, it'll be out on Saturday or whatever. This was a Thursday. Never came. I emailed like many times more. She never answered me again. So finally, I just kind of gave up, and I was like, well, I'm going to have to call at some point, and eventually it came. It just came this week. So, but this was on sale in their sale bins. I got it for like $7, I think, which was a steal. So that was awesome. And then someone had shown this, I think, Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher maybe, had shown Catherington 1882 by Needlework Press, and I thought that was really cool as well. So I got those two. So I'm glad they finally came. I don't know why. I don't know why that happens, but I don't think I'll order from them again. Okay. Oh, and then I just found this. I'll show this last. This cute little pattern from Etsy. It's cross stitch, or it's the Haunted Bookshop. It's by Stitch Sprout, but I never got to stitching it. But I would like to stitch that for in here as well. It's a little haunted bookshop. The books are like flying out. I think it's so cute. And then I had not gotten in the club for monthly weigh-in. I thought, well, let me see what it's like, if I like it or not. Sorry, it got really hot up here. It's supposed to get really, it was like up to almost 80 today, but it's supposed to get down to, we have a freeze morning tonight, and then it's supposed to be like a high of 50 tomorrow. So, but I adore these monthly weigh-ins. So I got the September and the October. Look at that, that's so cute. And I want this whole piece and everything. It's just adorable. I need to order it. So I ordered the September, this one, and then I'm like, you know what? I just want to be part of the Fat Quarter Shop Club. So I ordered the Thanksgiving one from them, and I joined the club, which will be the Christmas one, where you get the pattern, the floss, because I think it's so cute. And you can get this stand from Paisley and Polka Dots, and I want to paint it this aqua color. I love that. And then you can get these cute little accessory set, like holiday things to sit. I'm such a sucker for the holidays, to sit on here. So someday. And then I also got pumpkin row. I have tomato row, which I don't think these would take that long. They're really teeny. And I found this book on Etsy, Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm, and I thought it looked really cool. And I love, well, there's some punch needle, which is the next thing I want to learn to do, that and crochet. I actually was watching Ivana's punch needle. She has a whole tutorial on it. And I have, long ago, I bought, I think during the pandemic, I bought the Ultra Punch, and I bought the sand, and I bought the cloth, and I even bought a couple patterns. So I really want to learn that. So I'm going to try to do that soon, but like, look at that pretty punch needle. And there's even a quilt in here, but I like this turkey trot. Yeah, so I think Lori Hope maybe showed this. Everything she shows on her videos, I feel like I have to have. So I think that's where I got the idea. Okay, here are, here's that person, Minky Kim. Minky Kim. I love watching her videos. And look at these pumpkins. So I got this pattern, and then I thought I'd start with an easy case. Or like, oh no, I didn't get a case actually. I got, this is supposed to be easy. Let's see if I can find the cover. Here it is. The Fabric Basket Trio, because I thought this would be great for storage in the sewing room. So here they are. And you get the pattern for all 3 sizes. So I love her fabrics too. The way she decorates her house is so pretty. It's all in these really fresh, crisp colors. That's my problem. I like prim. I like bright Lori Holt stuff. And I like stuff like this. But like, you can't do it all together. So. And then I am going to start the Prairie Schooler Santas at some point here. I have to decide what fabric I want to do them on. And I saw this somewhere. It was, maybe this was also from Keepsakes. But my husband loves wine. And so this is Rustic Wine Lovers Santa. It's not Prairie Schooler, but I thought it kind of had that feel. It would go with them. So I got that. And then, yeah, these were the Lori Holt ones. I saw her, she did all these and I had to have them. Little Deed Sampler. This one I had never seen until she showed it, and I love it. Be Happy, Humble, and Kind by Brenda Gervais. And Blackbird Fractor. And then I also, when I ordered those, I ordered this Halloween one. Halloween is for by Annabella's cross stitch. So, is that it? Oh, this one I got is so cool. And I was going to start it. I had it all kitted up and everything, but I never did. This is Halloween Alphabet Basket by Samplers Forever Inspirations. I thought it was super cool. I really like that. So I have that kitted up, so I'll do that next year. I have a bunch of Halloween ones in here. Stitchy with the Housewives. I want to make those ornaments. And this one I was going to start Thistles and Spells. Stacey Nash printed Thistles and Spells Pin Keep. I think that's super cool. So I'm just going to keep these all together, and next year we will start them. Okay, and then just today this came through Shabby Fabrics. Had shown this pattern, and it's by Buttermilk Basin, but it's a laser pre-cut laser fused applique kit, so all of the shapes are already cut out for you and have fusible web on them, and you just have to iron it down and do the stitching. So it's pricey. When I saw the final price, like, you see things you just sign up for and you're like, oh cool, but because it's laser cut and all that, it's only like a 30 by 30 something quilt, and 42.5 by 42.5, and it was like, I think it was like 40, 50 bucks long, something like that, for 9 months. But it's super cool. So, and I got the reds to applique down with. So that is all my haul. So that is it, everybody. If you stuck with me this long, I don't even know how long it's been, an hour. Thank you. I'm so glad to be back. I'm going to try to, well, I'll definitely be back sooner than a month and a half or whatever it was. And I will do another quilt video so I can show you, because I got my Stargazer quilt done, pieced, which if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen all this. So anyway, but I will be back in probably a couple weeks. That's my goal, to do every couple weeks. So yeah, I hope you all have a happy Halloween if you celebrate Halloween. Otherwise, I hope weather is good where you are, and all is going well, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.